Welcome back, folks, as we go inside the locker room. Today with Mark Ambrose, head coach of girls basketball at Central High School. Mark, welcome to Seven Rivers Sports.
Thank you. It's good to be here today.
Well, tell us a little bit about how you got to be Central's head coach. What's your background, past experience, stuff like that?
Well, I'm starting my sixth year there this year. I've taught at Central for 10 years. I originally started out there as part of the boys program, coached at the younger levels there. I coached in the baseball program there for several years, and then when Coach Holman decided to retire, this spot opened up for me there, and I was fortunate enough to get the job. And it's really been a great 6 years. I've enjoyed the whole time there with the girls, and it's been a wonderful ride. We've had some successes. We've really had to work to build the program, and that's kind of been the fun part of it. We kind of started out at rock bottom where we were at, and to the point now where we're pretty competitive. Yep. And we've built a solid youth program there, and it's just it's been really a great ride, and one I hope that finishes on a high note this year.
Well, you know, you talked about, Coach, about being sort of on that merry-go-round and your ride. Now you're not thinking about jumping off that merry-go-round, are you?
No, right? You know what? Right now, my theme with the girls this year's been one game, one day at a time. So that's really pretty much how I take it. And you know, we look at our game tonight, and we'll see what happens tomorrow, and then we worry about kind of the next day when it shows up.
But a lot of people that are watching this evening or morning, I'm usually the evening, Larry's the morning viewer, don't recall, like I do as an official, your playing days. Mm-hmm. As an athlete. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, I grew up in Gays Mills, North Crawford High School. Yep. We had a great tradition there. I was fortunate enough to be a part of 3 teams there that advanced to sectional final time. We couldn't quite get over the hump. That was back in the days of Class A, B, and C. And so it would have been nice to have 4 divisions and now the 5 divisions, because I think we probably could have made a couple trips to Madison. But I was real fortunate enough to play with some really good guys there, guys that I really keep in touch with. Head coach Roger Cumlin, and I still keep in touch with Roger, and actually his boys played at Viterbo here.
I remember that.
And real successful there. So, you know, it really seems like it was yesterday. And the stories that we have, and we get back to Gays Mills quite often. My grandparents still live there, and my wife's family still lives there. So we get back there and are kind of able to relive some of those glory days, I guess.
Well, just to kind of over my shoulder, a backward glance in honor of Paul Harvey, who passed away in this last calendar year.
How did that sneak in?
I started my officiating in that Ridge and Valley Conference down there, and I remember you as a player when I was officiating. You probably don't want to remember me, though, as an official.
That probably means that you're a little bit older then, I suppose. That's been, let's see, 42, that's been 20-some years ago. So yeah, that's been a ways back. And actually it would have been in the old school in Gays Mills.
Yeah, I remember.
And now they have a new school sits between Gays Mills and Soldiers Grove.
Yeah, for some reason they haven't hired me back in the new school. I think they just want to leave my memory in the old school.
You're an old school guy. Let's talk a little bit about game style. Do you have a game style that you like to play, or do you adjust to the kids that you have?
Yeah, we're one that we try to adjust to the kids that we have. And you know, it's difficult in some senses because each year's a little bit different. And, you know, whereas in the college level, you're able to kind of recruit to your style. Yep. Now you've got to kind of fit the kids and your style kind of together and mesh some things together. So, you know, we put a lot of emphasis on our half-court offense and defense. We're not a big full-court team. We don't get out and apply a lot of pressure. We'll do at times. You know, we'll get out and extend that a little bit. We try to get out a little bit on the break and do some things with that offensively. But for the most part, we've really worked hard, half-court offense, half-court defense, and trying to shore up some things there. And really, my belief is, I think in the long run, success. I think it's hard to have and play a full court pressure defense and really advance down the line tournament wise. I had a long talk one year with the head coach at in Milwaukee, I forget the school, Milwaukee Pius, and his philosophy was, he said, you know what, I'll never press full court. He said, because when you get down the road in the tournament times, the teams that you'll play always have players that can beat that.
Plus, it takes a lot of kids to do that.
Yeah, it's very true. And so he said, you know what, I concentrate heavy on offense, defense in a half court, and you know, and then that pretty much he felt would lead you to some success. And to me, that makes a lot of sense.
You know, one of the, just kind of going back to the 9-10 season, I saw a few of your games and officiated one or two. You probably don't remember those, but the ones I watched were the 2 games against Logan, and Logan beat you twice,
yep.
but both of them down to the wire.
Yep.
And what stands out in my memory of last year, Coach, is the fact that those were very close games. Could have went either way. And after the game, this is something our viewers need to really resonate with and reflect on too, with your style. You treated your players with a lot of dignity. You didn't overreact to the loss. You treated the officials with the same kind of dignity, which really says a lot about who you are as a coach and a person. Talk a little bit about your philosophy of handling success and failure and officials.
Yeah, you know, it's something I think for the young people that you have to get across to them. I use the analogy a lot with the kids that basketball's a lot like life, because there's got to be times when things aren't going to go your way. And how do you adjust to that? And, you know, in a basketball game, you have adversity all the time, it seems like. And so you have to kind of keep an even keel. You have to kind of keep your mind set on your goal and what you want to achieve and how you want to get there. And then when that adversity steps in, how do you deal with it? And can you keep that level head? Can you keep yourself focused on what you need to do? And as the players, we really talk a lot about that. And, you know, really, as I look at it as a coach, my job is to teach the kids. Basketball's a part of it, but I think, you know, on beyond the basketball court is maybe more important than that. And I talk with the girls as they've graduated from our program and they come back, and we talk about things, and that's something that they are able to kind of relay back to me, that they're, you know, that they're able to handle things that show up in their everyday life now, and they can kind of make that comparison to what we have in the basketball arena. As far as officials go, you know what, the thing is, you know, like every coach, I'll voice my opinion, but I don't think any official ever wants to make an incorrect call, or they always want to do the best that they can. And they're not out there purposefully trying to make a call that goes against a team or to try to help another team. And so those are things that really you can't control as a coach. And again, to the players, that's an authority figure. And I don't stand for the girls talking back to the officials or talking with them. And that's again, just kind of the philosophy that we have.
Well, what I admire about him, Larry, is the fact that, sure, officials make mistakes, and they do need to be questioned occasionally, and how you do it is really...
Even you?
Even me. Even me, oftentimes. But it's how you do it that really makes a difference. And Larry, the way he treats officials with that sort of respect and dignity, a lot of other coaches could learn from that.
You know, you seem to really enjoy coaching. And when I started coaching, I started because I loved the game, and I ended up liking the kids. What is it you like most about it?
Well, I think you said it. You know, I've been fortunate in the years that I've been at Central, even when I wasn't coaching, you know, the head coach of the girls, as part of the assistant coaches kind of realm there, is the kids. You know, those are the kids. Those are the things that I remember. And sure, you'll remember games here and there, situations here and there, but I remember the kids and the things that maybe we have talked about. And again, it may not be sport or athletic related, but then to see them go and apply those things in their life, and then think, you know what, I had a part of that, and I helped them get to that point. And that's what drives me, you know, as a coach. And granted, I'm as competitive as anybody that there is, and we work hard at what we do.
You can't coach if you're not competitive.
But in the end, again, as I said, it's you know, this is part of the high school experience.
Yep.
And it can't be everything that you have. And I tell the kids, you know what, family is at the top of my list. You got to take care of your family first. Your school, you got to take care of your schoolwork, the classroom, and then basketball is going to come after that.
Yep.